Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so I'm here with Scraplift Crafternoon, a hop where my friends and I find some inspiration and then we all scraplift it. And here's the inspiration for this week that I found and fell in love with. It's got some texture paste, and that is the Instagram account. I don't know if it's Caledonia paper craft. Anyway, you need to go check them out because it is awesome. I found a ton of layouts that I would love to scrap lift, but this one was really cool, and I've been trying to use my texture paste before it goes bad. And so here is my Distress Texture Paste by Tim Holtz that I want to get used because it's been opened. So I want to get that done. So I also have my Sweet Rush by Vicky Booten. And I'm going to use some Vicky Booten mixed media paper. I really just want to use up some scraps that I have in this collection. I don't have a ton, but I would like to use them. And then I have this stencil that I got off of Temu. And because I'm working with paste, I'd rather use that because I'm not as worried about if the paste doesn't come off. Although it does, spoiler alert. And I will apologize for the crazy glare and hot mess I'm still working on figuring out the recording. So I've got my papers, my embellishments, my mixed media, my picture, and this really awesome layout. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so I have my mixed media paper down, and I'm just holding the stencil. One, because I'm not too concerned about it being super crisp. Two, I don't know where all the things in my space are yet. Some things must be hidden, like I'm missing a pair of scissors. I mean, just random things. And so I'm just holding it down. The washi that I usually use for that is probably with the scissors that I can't find. I don't know. But I had layouts that I wanted to get done, and I really wanted some scrappy time. So I lay the stencil down on one side, and this is like a 7x11 or something along those lines. And I push it through, and I'm showing you kind of quickly. And then I just set it aside and let it dry while I go clean my stencil immediately. And it did come off with some warm water. And then while I'm letting it continue to dry, I'm going to work on the background. So she has like this little black and white strips of paper, and I luckily had exactly something pretty very similar to that. So I just tore the edges, and I've got those sitting there. And then I just use a scrap to initially mat my layout, or my picture, and then I'm going to mat it in a black piece of scrap paper as well. I'm all about the scraps today. And so I get that down, and then I'm going to put it on, like I said, black paper so it pops. But first I'm going to pick out all the different embellishments and things that I want to use. And so I pulled from the sticker book, the puffies, the chipboard, all the things. And then, of course, the embellishments. So here is me matting that picture, like I said. And her picture is also on black because I just think that when you're working with all the color and the stark white, that pop of black really helps just draw your eye right there. So I start off with Festive Berries. And I'm going to just kind of push that in up here at the top. My paste isn't 100% dry, but this top part that I did first is dry enough. And I'm coming down a little further to this empty gap because I have an idea. So I do go a little smidge rogue. It looks like she might have used some watercolors, and of course I'm just using this ink, but I'm also adding a third ink color. So I wanted to bring in a little yellow. And so I put the picture down to see where that needs to go. And then I'm going to bring it over here to the other colors. So I get a little bit of green and a little bit of orange. The green does not really work out very much, but the orange does. And I think there's just little bits of it kind of peeking out when everything is said and done. So you could see little bits of that orange over there on the left, and I love the way that turns out. A lot of where I'm working right there in the middle where there's no texture paste is where my picture is going. So I get that situated, and then I'm using Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to apply pretty much everything. I think actually that's exactly what I use for everything. I didn't even use my ATG except to attach the picture to the papers. So I just feel like a wet glue works definitely better when you're working on texture paste, mixed media of pretty much any kind, anything glittery. I definitely feel like the liquid glue works better. Sometimes I'll use a little bit of liquid glue as well as the ATG just to get some instant security, but I just went straight for the glue today. And then I pulled this pre-made title, says Good Vibes, from the ephemera. The words are escaping my brain. And then I just put these little scrappy pieces of paper up at the top and then the two around the picture. And I love that paper. Of course, anything Vicky Bouton makes me happy. And so even though there's not really, other than the embellishments, there's not a lot of Vicky Bouton going on here, it still makes me happy. So, but I am using quite a few embellishments and stickers from this collection. I pulled this arrow, and I put it down here on top of the picture. She's got like a little crayon or something on hers, and mine goes over further, but I'm okay. All it covers is my belly. So that, I think that's a bonus. And then I'm just going to start with the dark blue and go up rainbow colored. I don't have every color in the rainbow in this little stripe right here, but I did do like a dark blue, light blue, green, yellow, and pink. I was just looking for things that fit the picture, and this is me and my daughter at Pride Fest. My intention was to finish scrapbooking these just off camera to finish. I think I have 2 more layouts to do for these pictures, but this sketch or layout, kind of called for it, and it was really the perfect picture to document with this, bright colored layout. So, it's all good. So I pulled some circles on her layout. She has some like hexagons and hearts, and so I'm going to bring in hearts as well, but instead of hexagons, I've pulled stickers from the collection that say like be happy, happy day, and the one at the bottom says yay. And then I had this picture that I pulled from the internet, and it said proud ally, and it's in a circle. So I used my circle punch, my creative memory circle punch, and just punched it out of a picture and use that down on this. She has like 4 different places where she's got little clusters, which I'm perfectly fine with that. Do I typically do the 3 clusters? Sure. Do I always? Definitely not, because when I find that I like things, I just keep going. And so hers kind of called for a 4th one, and I'm good with that. I added this little arrow to point from the good vibes to the picture of me and my girl. And then I'm going to use these Ranger enamel accents. I love these. They're really easy to work with. I have black and white, and they sit on my desk pretty much right next to where I work because I use them all the time. And then I bring in some gold stickles to give a little butterfly trail. And other than that, I add the little 3D heart, and that's it. I love this layout. It is so cool. I love that texture paste. A lot of it is really kind of hard to see in the picture, but when I bring it closer, you're definitely going to see where even the uncolored texture paste is. I don't really do that very often, so I'm going to have to start doing that more often because I love the look of it. It's really cool. So here is the close-up. Please go check her out. Her Instagram will be linked below. The playlist for all the ladies playing along and creating from this will be below as well. Please go check them out. I craft with some of the most amazing, creative, fabulous ladies, and I would love for you to go check them out as well. I hope you'll come back and see me again. Maybe my recording setup will be in a better situation and less shadows and light. Have a great day. I hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. Happy scrapping.